What's the greatest revelation that you've witnessed so far in just understanding everything that we just went through in that first half of the story extraction?
Okay, so I think that the biggest piece for me is the shift in perspective from understanding how I inherited some of these negative ideas about myself, right? So that was huge for me to think, okay, I'm picking up somebody else's emotions and I'm absorbing that and associating it with myself, right? And now that I think back and I realize, okay, well, that wasn't mine. I don't have to own it. I don't have to live with it. I don't have to carry it with me. I don't have to, you know what I mean? Like all sorts of people talk about, unpacking the U-Haul and unloading your shit and letting go. And you hear all the buzzwords. And I've struggled with that for a long time. But this makes it so much easier for me to comprehend, right? And to actually put it into action in my mind. Like now my mind goes, oh, wait a second. That's not my belief. That's not my experience. My experience is all these achievements. My experience is who I am and what I do. Like, how screwed up is that, right? It's so cool. And anyway, yeah, that was huge for me, huge for me. So being able to let that go is going to be huge. It's huge already, but imagine 30 days from now, right? Like this is just the beginning. And it's very uncomfortable. Because I'm not used to it. I'm used to being stressed all the time. I'm used to carrying this weight and this burden. And now I'm like, what the hell do I do with myself? Because I have all sorts of time. I have all sorts of energy that right now I'm being like a battery. I'm storing energy and and taking it in and like, okay, so I'm not going to jump right into action. I'm going to build up my reserves a little bit, enjoy the process for a while, and then yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to how I feel in a week.
How long have you been doing this for with me?
With you, oh shit, a week and a half? Yeah.
And how many years have you been trying to figure this out?
How old am I today? I think, wow, yeah, most of my life, to be honest with you. And really in earnest over the past 5 years, but honestly for 30 overall here and there.
And when you say in earnest, is that because you were really focused on personal development and really trying to figure out all the nuts and bolts and all of that?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
So in a week and a half,
It's
in a week and a half, you've just turned everything up on its head.
pretty much like completely. And and we've talked about some really scary stuff, like vulnerable stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna tell this guy from Australia all my deep dark secrets. That's smart, right? Yeah, and I was afraid that it was going to be much more painful than it has been. That's for sure. Yeah,
And do you think that's because of the space that's being held?
I think that's probably one of the biggest aspects. Yeah, you've created a safe space.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. You have an amazing energy for sure, and you've been there for me the whole time, like watching Marco Polos and responding to my random texts.